stadium, and they probably put up 800 million, and your ass paid for the rest. So when they stand around and say this is not the place, this is exactly the place, because the stadium that I'm standing in, paying for football, Arthur Blank didn't pay for this, Jerry Jones didn't pay for this. Exactly. Golden State leaving Oakland. I wonder why. Because somebody then paid somebody to be in Oakland, to be in San Francisco. Probably because where their current stadium sits is prime real estate, and they want to build luxury condos like they're doing every day here in Chicago. Exactly, Kesey. Shout out to Kesey. Shout out to my man Big L one more time. So when they telling you, oh man, this ain't the place, this is exactly the place. Because if you're going to use my tax dollars to fuck over my people, taking money out of schools, guess why your kids don't have no art programs? Because they building fucking football stadiums. Guess why your kids don't have no music programs? Because they building baseball stadiums. Guess why your kids don't have technology in their school and books and things like that? Because they are building basketball stadiums. So miss me with that bullshit, with the nonsense about, oh, this ain't the time and the place, we trying to relax our mind. Well, you know what? We trying to relax, period, as a community, and these people keep shooting at us and fucking us over, and get the hell out of here, man. Get the hell out of here. Please stop it. And since I'm on a roll in regards to bias against our community, why is it that mainstream media ain't kicking Baker Mayfield's stupid ass and him kicking him in his stupid ass for that stupid ass statement he made about Hugh Jackson? Now, you don't have to like Hugh Jackson. All you have to do is shake his hand and then lie and say, hey man, it wasn't that big, I was just trying to get back to my teammates, we had a big win, we beat our former coach. But now it's a whole situation, and now all these rumors coming out about the players don't like Hugh Jackson. Don't no players not like, it's always some players on the team that don't like the coach. That ain't no damn news flash. But this jackass talking about, this is a dude who they trying their best to let it slide. Yeah, Hugh Jackson went to another team, he ain't really have our back. He got fired. And fuck you. How about that, Baker Mayfield? First and foremost, you average on your best day. So you're not good enough to be talking that shit. And if any of the brothers on these other teams got anything that looks like pride, they'll start putting it on his little ass. Because as you saw in that Georgia game last year, he ain't real fond of getting hit. And I know you can't lay a real lick on quarterbacks no more, but you can lay enough of a hit on a clown like Baker Mayfield and just shut his damn mouth. Because when a brother step up and say something, he either a rookie or he needs to stay in his place. You know, like when Jalen Ramsey called all these scrub-ass quarterbacks scrubs. He didn't name one good quarterback or one dude who we assume was a good quarterback, but he needs to be quiet. Why he need to be quiet? But Baker Mayfield don't need to be quiet. It takes Damian Woodley, it takes the internet to set this dude out. But don't nobody else, mainstream media, Mike Greenberg and all these dudes, they hold their damn tongue in their hand. Hey, I'm telling y'all, man, we gotta stop with the inner bickering, because it's enough people out here gunning at us anyway, man. You know, Baker Mayfield is believing in his friend. Hey, Tiffany, what's happening? Welcome aboard. There's enough people gunning at us on a regular basis instead of us fighting with each other. If you don't like the brother next to you or brother down the street from you or whatever, that's cool. I ain't asking you to like everybody, but let's keep it inside. Let's keep it in that house. And tell you what, we can still get rich together. I ain't gotta like you to help you get rich. I ain't gotta like nobody. Y'all like look the Jews and the Italians and the Irish. They all get together. Rated Nation, you see that? Y'all see that? Rated Cal? Y'all see that? Rated Nation, man. Win, lose, or tie. Rated Nation till we die. Y'all see that. But anyway, we can all get paid. Y'all, Shut Up and Dribble. Thank you, Tiffany. That is an excellent documentary. Shout out to Tiffany. I got to get this up to Tiffany Sports and Hills. Excellent documentary about LeBron James. Shut Up and Dribble. That is a perfect example of, you know what? I say this all the time. People accuse me of being a LeBron James apologist. Let me say this first and foremost. LeBron James got a whole lot of bitchy ways. He passive aggressive and a whole lot of things that I don't like about him. But what we have to realize is this: LeBron James is doing things when he's potentially opening eyes. And when you open the eyes of people who've been oppressed, somebody gonna have to step in front of you. Speaking of that documentary, if anybody is living in the area that has WTTW, there's another documentary that I want you guys to pay attention to back Dr. Henry Louis Gates called The African American Many Rivers to Cross. It covers our community from 1619, almost 400 years ago, when the first ship docked with cargo that was directed to be slaves, up until present day. I'm in the midst of watching it now. It's a hell of a documentary. Please check it out. It's on WTTW in Chicago. It's Channel 11. I don't know if it's Channel 11 throughout the nation, but it's public. I'm telling you, it's excellent. For life, that's right, Kev. But what we have to do is put our feelings for LeBron James aside and stop drawing allegiance to these. I honestly feel we got to start looking at sports like it's a very good movie. Like we could watch Harlem Nights, we could watch Life, we could watch Do the Right Thing or any other black movie, Malcolm X, 1,000,001 times, and it's still good. Coolie High, Back in the Day, Let's Do It Again. All those movies, we can watch those movies thousands and thousands of times, knowing what's going to happen, and we just enjoy them, and then we keep it moving. We have to remove the emotion from sports and realize what we're doing. We are watching these events to entertain ourselves. We cannot be emotionally. We can argue and fuss and fight for fun, but we have to take the emotion out of this. Because these people are pimping us, and they're making us hate guys like LeBron James, who's putting his money forward to be a part of something that's opening up an elementary school. He's showing you how you can take 4 or 5 of your homies, and if one of y'all has a great quality, put the other one on the pedestal, and I'm gonna drag y'all along with me. That's why the decision was a bad thing. No, it wasn't. It was never a bad thing. The decision was a great thing. Oh, he should have done it that way. You know what? He didn't do anything. His contract was up, and he announced what he was gonna go work at next. The thing is, everybody who says the decision was a bad thing has worked for another entity. If that's the case, why ain't your ass working at the first people who hired you? And guess what? If anybody in the chat or listening has been fired, they didn't give your ass 2 weeks notice, say, hey man, here it is the 26th. On the 16th, you gotta get the fuck up out of here. So you got 2 weeks to find you another job. You know what they did? And I've been to management seminars. You know what they did? They waited till the end of the day on payday to hand you your check and fire your ass. You know why? Because at those management seminars, they say it's less likely for somebody to have an incident if you hand them money and then you ask them to leave. But you ever notice they hardly ever fire people at the beginning of the day? They fire you after they got a whole day of work out your ass. So not only are we kicking you the hell out the door, we want you to do some extra work on the way the fuck up out of here. See, that's the problem, man. And see, we got to just start. You know, like again, I didn't say I want everybody to be a LeBron James fan. I really don't give a damn if you're a LeBron James fan. It's better for us. If you have a sports show on here or whatever, we gonna have some fun talking about LeBron James. But we got to stop hating. You know what I mean? Because there's too many people out here that hate him for being not a slave. I'm telling you, if you haven't watched that Shut Up and Dribble, it's a hell of a situation, man. It documents the history of sports and how, while they telling us this has no place, it's the place that everybody, we need to be there for everything. You know what I mean? And with that being said, let me get back to the NFL. The NFL was a hell of a weekend. It was one hell of a weekend with the NFL, starting with the Thanksgiving Day games. If you're a Bear fan, the Chicago Bears solidified their place atop the NFC North Division, and other teams solidified their places. But what I'm gonna do is talk about the problem. Now, the problem that I see is this: this dude, Ben Roethlisberger, is a problem, y'all. And the reason I say a problem is this: how in the hell is Jameis Winston a failure, a bum? Hey, thank you, D Nice. Thank you for joining the end of the bench. If Jameis Winston is the worst thing we ever seen, he turned over the ball too much and all that nonsense, what the hell is Ben Roethlisberger, people? In the last 2 weeks, Ben Roethlisberger got 6 turnovers. He damn near cost him the game last week, and he cost him the game this week. And then he gives you this clown ass answer. Hey man, that was the most fluky interception I ever thrown. Hey bro, when you hit wide open defensive lineman, that ain't fluky. You just choked. But when nobody say this about Ben Roethlisberger, we heard everything we could about Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston was a bum. He's overrated. I honestly believe they're about to run Jameis Winston out of Tampa, which I hope they do. And if possible, send his ass up there with Hugh Jackson and Marvin Lewis and those dudes. We will talk Friday. I'm off for okay, he's talking to somebody else. My bad, Chief Rocker. But why is it that it's okay for Ben Roethlisberger to throw interceptions, but it's not okay for Jameis Winston? I don't want to hear this nonsense about he won 2 Super Bowls. Hey man, it takes 22 people to win the Super Bowl. As a matter of fact, it takes 33 people to win the Super Bowl. Special teams, offense, defense. So, and if you are the reason, if you hit wide open linebackers and you hit wide open defensive ends and defensive backs, that's your fault. It's crazy. It's crazy how when you've been Roethlisberger, you can hit a wide open linebacker, but you can't. Just like with Dak Prescott. Everybody told me Dak Prescott, the word around the campfire was Dak Prescott isn't good enough. Dak Prescott is not who we thought he was. Dak Prescott needs to be replaced. The Cowboys need to find a quarterback. But all I've heard since last week is this. Tom Brady's knee is hurt. Tom Brady on the radio yesterday talking about he has to start taking more chances. And he doesn't have enough talent around him. The last time I checked, Josh Gordon is a hell of a wide receiver. Gronk is a hell of a tight end. Edelman is a nice wide receiver. The reason this goes to the ultimate narrative in the NFL today, that this is a passing league. This is a balance. This league is about balance. You can win a few games without balance, but if you don't agree, you look no further than the New Orleans Saints. This is about balance. Because the New Orleans Saints look like shit over the last 3 to 5 years because all they did was throw the ball around the yard. Now, Drew Brees is the all-time leader in passing yards because of this. He running down a touchdown record because of this, but he ain't winning nothing. Guess when they start winning? As soon as Alvin Kamara and Ingram stepped up. But y'all telling me it's a passing league. By the way, I was just talking about Tom Brady. Everybody telling me that Tom Brady is the GOAT. And I don't really have no argument for that. Tom Brady is a hell of a quarterback. But guess what? Tom Brady was looking like he was washed up until this weekend. Now, you could say, oh, no, he just took apart the Jets. The Jets suck. Or it could be the fact that Sonny Michel had 133 yards passing. Because, see, then that makes it easy to throw against single high coverage. What's up, Tiffany? What's up? Nah, you ain't late. You on time. Anytime you get here, you on time. What's up? Shout out to Tiffany, even though she a Chiefs fan and I hate her. No, I'm just tripping. I'm just trying to have a good time. But it's not that. If you look around the league, all these quarterbacks who we anticipate or call great, they don't look good when their running back isn't doing good. It's awful strange that Ben Roethlisberger ends up throwing back-to-back weeks with multiple turnovers when James Conner is not at full strength and no Le'Veon Bell. Andrew Luck all of a sudden getting the running game. Marlon Mack and my main man Frank Gore. All of a sudden Andrew Luck is looking real good. It's it coincidental? Hell no. Even my man Deshaun Watson. When you got Lamar Miller running for 162 yards, you got Blue running for like 80-some yards, then all of a sudden every quarterback in the league looks good. Without balance, what's up, Sydney? What's good, man? Thanks for joining the show. When you have balance, it's easy to be a quarterback. Because first and foremost, you can't hit them. You can't attack them. They can't be under duress. And if you're unable to put me under duress and you are having me throw against single coverage, then bam, I look good. Dak Prescott, he averaged for 6 or 8 of their 10 games, he averaged under 200 yards a game. Last 2 weeks, he 230. Last week, he was 289. All because Ezekiel Elliott had 100.